Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on more items for the Peacock Journal. I've got the signatures put together and I've got the ephemera all done that I was making from scratch. I've got some printed off that came from the kit. So stick around and see what I get up to. And I really appreciate you coming by to spend a little time today with me. And I hope it give you some ideas, inspiration, and all of that good stuff. Well, the sneaky peek is going to actually be what I'm making today, but I wanted to show you the original one. This is my journal I made myself back in February of 2021, and it's got all kinds of little goodies in it. But it was a fan. I love fans. I used to sew them and make them out of heat and bond and material and stuff like that. So actually, this piece got put in my book as well for the peacocks. That's fans that look like, the tail of a peacock. So anyhow, this is the piece that we're making. Sans the tassel. I'm going to make like little dangles off of it instead. But there's 6 pieces. It was a fan blade that I made up for myself way back when. I actually have a really tall one here that didn't work out too good because it stuck out so far. So I had to backtrack a little bit with it. So I have a pointed edge there, which worked better. I've got different colors in the pieces that I have here. And the way it's made, you're able to have a tuck inside of it. And the way I'm going to make mine today, though, is going to be a pocket and a tuck, but it's going to be a full spread for the peacock. Anyhow, so let me get to that and show you how we're going to put that together. And then we'll get into the rest of our goodies that we're going to have in this journal. It's almost done. I've got it all kind of together. Of course, here's the cover. And I went in here last night and I covered up where the brads would be. The brad legs that came through. I just took a circle of paper and put on there. I kind of was okay with it. I mean, I don't I don't think that it hurts anything. And once I kind of sew in the signatures, it's going to really pinch that in right there really good. Plus, I'm going to think about putting a see-through lace pocket on each end. So that's the future plans for that. And, yep, glittery, glittery. So we got that out of the way. Is the ephemera that I printed off today. Like that one's got all kinds of great words with it and coin pockets. Here's a great big envelope. And of course I did the back so it could be a freestanding piece. More pockets were in part of the kit. This is one of you build up onto one piece. This was something about notepads. You can make a little notepad or you put it all together for a notepad, something like that. More of these little, I don't know if you call that a coin pocket, but it's made to where you put it in your book this way. So we're going to try some of that out. Here's 2 regular pockets. Here's another envelope with some tabs, which is great. This piece, I wasn't quite sure about these 2 pieces because it had roses, or that one per se. So this is about the only piece on here I might use. I'd save the rest of this for something else. And these are, I guess, a tall tab, a tag. I guess is what that's supposed to be. And then we got this one that's got some great pieces that'll go on for focals. All right, so that's all of those. And my my signatures are here. And this is kind of what I put together. You can see all kinds of crap I got back here. This is going to be our piece we're making today. This is a bunch of little feathers. I have this one die cut. Where did I get this? Oh, Recollections. That's Michael's. So it's got a feather embossing folder in here. And it's got an arrow, 2 arrows, and 2 feathers. And this is the little feather that I use. I got this way back when. I have no idea how long or if it's even out and about anymore. There's the number if you want to try to find it. I don't see a name that it actually goes by. It's just that number. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you. All right. And I like this staggeredy effect that I've got going here. So that's what I decided to do. I've got a really long piece in here which I've got one in each one, and they're kind of, they've got purple in them, so I thought they would go. We have a beautiful peacock for our front and main attraction center. This is some of the paper that Kyung made me, my design team mama. That's some beautiful paper. Okay, I've had these things forever. There's like different little booklets and stuff. When I first started in 2020, I got on Home Shopping Network and I ordered these things. And they were different books. And they've got like a gold or a silver design. And then you have colored pencils to color it in with. So I thought that one kind of looked like feathers. So I did that and I connected two of them together with some washi tape. So it can sit in there and kind of be a short and different level. I might even be able to put something on it, pocket or whatever. Here's one of my writing pages. Here's just a notebook page. There's a little bit of pink in here, so I thought that one would be okay. That was Angela Kerr's paper. She had a freebie or something she gave out. I thought that would work in here. More peacocks. Here's one of mine from a placemat that I did out on the deck one year. And that turned out pretty nice. Got a big pocket here. I do have to watch. This edge is kind of weak. It's just regular paper. So I may have to build that end up a little bit with something. And of course, I thought that would go really well. Here is a My Porch Prints item. I can't remember what she called these, but this one was the only one that had purple in it. And I took that extra sheet of that sticky, I don't know what you would call that, a shelf liner. It was almost like a shelf liner. And so anyway, I put that on the back here. You can't write on it, but you can probably put something on it that would hold something you could write. Okay. And my buddy Beverly Nielsen, she sent me a bunch of these black papers, and I decided to run my embossing pad over it and throw some gold on it. And it kind of turned out really neat because this is sort of an embossed image, so it only picked up the top. So the plants are still mostly black, and I thought that was a cool design. I'll probably cover this with something just so it wasn't so black because the color doesn't really go. And neither does this so much, but I did like this other side. So something may be done to put over top of that. Though it did have the kind of the, what do you call that, design with the circles. Oh, I can't remember now. All right. This was a piece that I made a while back out of the Provenance Stamperia pad. And it was like a piece that I saw Lorette Chandler do. And I kind of put some extra pockets on here. Here's a pocket. There's a pocket in behind here. There's not a pocket down here because I wanted to see this shelf. And then it's got a big tag in the middle of it. The beautiful seam, I couldn't do anything with that. I just put a little bit of lace down here. And then this piece is like a flip out. So it flips out that way. And you've got more little goodies in here. Put a little pocket there. And I put a glassine bag here with trim on it. And another pocket with seeds. And this side had like a side tuck. So you had a postcard and a little piece there. So that is going to be the middle of my signature here. So it's going to get sewn in right there. And it'll flip out that way for me. So I thought that worked out. And then, of course, the rest of the pages are just the back side of what I already have. Nothing exciting to see there. Same old, same old. All right. And then the second signature will be this. It also has a beautiful peacock on the front. And I put some of my own papers in here, which this is one. Did a little bit of stenciling and stamping with Nilda's beautiful stamp set she sent me. And another piece of my own paper. This is from a jewel design. It was, I can't remember the name of the kit, but it had a purple iris. I love irises. Okay, there's my crazy thing I did the last video on. or maybe the next to last. I think it was next to last. More of that paper. I wanted it in each one of these. Plus, it's going to be on a lot of the ephemera. And I did a little bit of stenciling here. This is one of those pieces that's a invitation card or something. And I put it in my thing outside to do dyeing on. And I've got a stenciling I did on this side, and I inked the edges, and I stamped a feather. I'm not sure if anything needs to be done to that. You can still write on that. You can see if you did it in black. Here's a piece of notebook paper I dyed up. And this is the middle page. This is the one we're working with today. So I'm pulling him out. And at the end, I'll show you the pieces that I finished working on. That's going to go in here. Now, these little feathers, what doesn't get put on my goodie today is going to go in through the book, here, there, everywhere. All right. So, like I said, I have the little template for the cut of the fan blade, and I cut out 6 of them. Should be 6 of them here somewhere. Anyway, I did a little bit of inking around the outside edge, and then you have a brad that you put in the end of it. Where's my brad for this one? I done buried it. There it is. Okay. So what happens is you're going to put them all together, just like that, and then you kind of divide them up and fan them out, like I just had them. And you want to go tip to tip, just where they almost go apart from each other. Then they should be just about the right distance. Let me see. And the brad going in there will hold them tight as well. So it's going to be like this on your paper. And you want them to be flush with the bottom and the side. Now, you may want to put something here because this is going to stick out just a little bit. The first 2, you want to make sure there's something on the back side. Either ink it or whatever you might want to do. So we're going to do the other side the same way. And how did I have that? I was trying to make them about the same on either side. And I think, or maybe I mixed it up. I think I mixed it up. Yeah, I think that's what it did. Okay, before you fan them out, put them together, and you want to get something to punch a hole. Now, I've got my crocodile, so we're going to punch a hole right in the center. And I've got it on my other one. I don't trust myself, you know. So let me pull this off. And I'm going to put that right here. And make a dot with my pencil. So I know I'm not getting too close. There we go. That's all I need to do. So, holding it together, we stick a little skinny hole in there. Wow. There we go. Now, mine never does it right. Now you're going to go and put that in there. Like that. And do I want a dark one on the back or the bottom or not? I think I want a dark one on the bottom. So I'm going to go back in and switch out. That one for that one. I really want it to be a nice bold bottom edge. So we're going to do it like that. All right, cooperate. Now what I had to do, which really doesn't matter because you're going to fan this out and it's going to hide that extra piece of leg sticking out. So yeah, it'll go up like this. And then what we need to do is put us a dot of glue in here. Now the reason you want to go up this way on this side is so you'll still have that little tuck area. Plus, let me put this on here to hold this open. Plus you're going to have that, and then you'll have the big back side. So we're going to pick up our glue, and we're going to get in here. I should have thought about this. Of course, I never do. You know, it's on the fly. And I'm going to get in here and put a dot of glue right where those two little guys meet. This with this glitter, I don't know how well it's going to hold, so I'm probably going to have to stand here and hold it for a second. Then I go to the next one. And this is what you're going to do all the way down. Now the fan blade, I'll give you kind of the gist of the measurements, you know. But you can make it any way you want. You don't have to have a point on the end like I have. You can just do whatever works for you. You don't even have to have a fanny kind of an end on it. You could just do it straight. It's up to you. It's whatever you might like. Now, is that going to work? I just don't want it to go over too much one way or the other. So let me go in a little bit on this one, because I need it to be a 90-degree angle. Let me go up a little bit on that one too. Yeah, let me mess it up right off the bat. Oh my goodness. Okay. There. That'll work. Okay. So the dimensions of these are, it is just 1.5 at the top. And like I say, you can make it rounded, you make it flat. And it is about 5 1/4 long at the top part. Now, that's about the height that you would want to have it, because you go any higher, you're going off the page. And then the bottom, I narrowed it down to about 1 1/8. So, just, I like that wedge look to it. And that's why I went with that. Okay, then this side, we're going to go ahead and start gluing. Putting us a little dot of glue here. Pull it open. And I'll finish this piece out. Okay, I wanted to have a little dangle that came off of here. So I'm going to go with a little bit of this embroidery floss. I'm trying to find a piece that's like the whole piece. Okay. And actually, I might just cut that in half, or do that in half. I don't need all of that. That's not enough to do anything with. I don't embroider anymore or do cross stitch, but I used to. I've still got one thing I really, really need to finish. I've got the whole body of a horse done, and it's a carousel horse. I'm not doing the outside edge. That is just too much. Yeah, I think I'll be okay by doing this. Ooh, no, maybe not. Okay, so I need to go around here. It's a good thing I checked, because I didn't know if I could go over the top of the head of the brad, or if I had to go around here. Looks like I got to go around here. So we're just going to tie a knot, so I know it's there. And then we'll do it to the other side. This is only if you want to dangle something. You know, some of you are not danglers, right? And then there's some that are. I'm on the middle of the fence. I don't always dangle, but if I have something that works well with the book, I will. I'm not crazy about the dangles. I know they kind of get in the way. Kind of like I'm like that with the thread. You know how people do the messy sewing, and they have this thread that's sticking here, there, and everywhere, and they even go on out and they put like a ball of thread somewhere. I think one of those people that I watch, I think it's 49 Dragonflies. I think I've seen her do it, and I've also seen the Louise Heinzel. She does it. So, all right. So what you're going to want to do here is only be gluing the outside edges here. Do a really good bead of glue, though, so you've got a lot of string. Because the only piece that's really holding it is that little dot of glue that you've got inside there. So you might want to really make that dot strong. Strengthful. What a word. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're going to do it like that. And then we're going to lay this down right here with nothing else in my way. You want to be mindful of the crease in the middle because you're going to be sewing there to sew the signature shut. This is the only place you can actually do a full spread like this is in the center of a signature. So think about that. If you don't want a full spread, you can do half of one. I actually made one that I'll link at the end that is actually a belly band more than it is a fan. This is the only one I've done so far that is a full fan. The other ones are just like the partials, you know, the one side. Okay, I'm put a little bit of glue around there so it holds that brad really nice. And then we're going to put this one down. And I'm going along the bottom and try to match it up so it's not a it's a little higher than the other one, but that's okay. This bird said he's not perfect. And I did mean to do a body or a head and a body, but I may see if I can use one of the ones that's in the kit over here. That would be kind of cool. So let me see if I can get that down. Now the other part of this is going to be as a pocket. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one. This is the one I think I just showed you where it had the butterfly on the page, and this one was down here. I couldn't find the head of a peacock that worked just right, so I'm going to go for this look, and I'm going to, of course, cut it right down the center. And then I'm going to have half, one on one side, one on the other. But I thought that looked kind of cute. I mean, you got the room out here to put any little smalls to tuck them in. And then you got the really big part back here, which is also a big pocket. Now this paper, I got out of a sea book, Sea and Sand, kind of a paper pad. And I just took my wilted violet and I put it on my little stamp block here and rubbed it on there, and then I sprayed it and I dripped it. And that's how I kind of got that look, kind of a messy look. I like that too. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that in half. And then we're going to maybe ink it up a little bit more, and we're going to stick it on here. Plus we did have a few little feathers that we're going to put in here somehow to decorate this up. So let me get this over here. And we're going to line it up right on each point. I think you can see that. Okay. Cut it right down the middle. I'm not going to ink the middle edges just so they look more uniform together. But I did ink the outside with some vintage photo. All right. Let's see how that's going to look. It's going to pull around this brad, which I really liked, and it's also going to go up here to the top and kind of hide where that's sort of not in the same place, you know. All right, so let's see if we can get this down. This is going solid, so I don't need to worry about anything else. You can see where I kind of messed up when I was printing. Of course, that always happens. I had to refill some of the ink cartridges that were in there. And then I forgot, you know, when they do a PDQ or PDF file, I have to always remember it only will come out of the base, where the rest of the regular paper is at. And then on my printer, you can also feed from the back tray or the back crevice. And that's usually where the cardstock kind of items go. So it always messes me up when I get in here and I have to go to the bottom tray when I would think it would come out the top, because this is on cardstock. Anyway, the woes of a technologically illiterate person. Yeah, I'm me and technology. Now, you can give me something and I'll puzzle it out and I'll figure it out lots of times, but to be knowledgeable on something is another factor that I'm not good at. Okay, yes, I think that's lining up just right with my eye, my peacock eye. Oh, I woke up this morning. I was so happy. My Paleo Chris. Now, I watch him all the time, or I try to. I've even went back all of his old episodes and things like that. Now, he hadn't been on there for months, and him and his girlfriend are finally back on there, and they live in Florida, and they go around, and they dig in all of these swampy creeks and things, but they'll walk through, and they'll show you pieces and parts of the area. I don't need to put that on there yet. I need to do some feathers. So anyhow, he's on there, and I was just so happy. It's a really cool show. I like it. I mean, anything that has to do with something in the ground, I'm happy about. You know, I'm excited and thrilled to learn and check things out and see how it works and that kind of thing. I've always been attracted to archaeology, or, you know, anything to do with fossils. Oh man, I love anything like dinosaur fossils, you know, rocks. I don't know what it is. Anything in the ground basically that's gotten buried over time, I'm on to. All right, I think I'm gonna put the one little feather up here first. Now, he's kind of jiggy-jaggy, so I'm gonna get in here, and you kind of see what I'm going to do. So I'm going to glue it down without you having to suffer through it. Okay, we are done with this piece. I did tie this in a little bow. I won't put the dangles on till the very end because I got to sew it in the signature yet, and I don't want that to get in my way. But I thought that turned out pretty neat. I really like now that I chose this feather because it goes with the other feathers that look like they're coming out from the tail. And I haven't printed out everything from the kit yet. So I still have quite a few like double journal cards and tags and things like that that still are to go in here. And I believe this goes right here. And now I'm going to show you the pieces that I did get done that we were doing the last few videos. Now here are two more of the crayon, not crayon, colored pencil type of cards. It had little packs of cards in it, tags I mean, and it had like the bigger cards like I showed you. And I just did a lot of the colors that had to do with peacocky stuff, you know. Now here's a blinged out door. This is that cutout that I showed you that has that fan embossing item folder that made it. And I had this scrap piece left over. I put that down like it was a guard to go into the doorway. And then I put a dark color of the same thing. See, it's the same color of foil. I used a little bit of that stick-on tile removable vinyl, and then I had this piece of trim, and I didn't realize I had it, and it's got little diamonds in it. So I did that, and it moves really well around a curve, so it was perfect for that. And then I had these little teardrop sapphires, and I put those in those holes of the fans. And I thought that turned out really good. Now it's going to turn into a pocket, a tuck. It's about just a little over 5 inches. So it'd be a perfect whatever, you know. It's going to go down on the page, and I'll figure out what to do with it when we get there. The next step or the next video will be us decorating it. And after I've gotten it together and everything, you saw this the other day, how we put that together. It will also be a tuck, probably a tuck, because something will go back in there really easily. You saw, oh, wait a minute. This was, I think, a journal card, or it could be a journal card. So I guess I'll call it that for now. This is another one of the windows that I did. We used that one peacock to go in the center, and you can see the tile work that I put on the outside edges. This I'm still waiting before I choose to cut that off. but I will probably 90% cut that off and leave it at that and make it a tag or tab, T-A-B, that sticks out the side. This was the belly band we made. Here are the two little windows. And this is all I did. Now, I had this trim that came off of something else I cut out. And I thought that looked like a great windowsill. So I'll put that down there. I put the tile behind here. And I put a little bit more of that bling at the top. I'm telling you, I blinged these things out. And so they're going to be like a little pocket of some type. And then here is one of the... This was a skinny cutout from something. Probably the doorway way back in here. But I put one of the circles in the center, and then one of the tickets had Peacock on it, and I thought that was perfect. And I've been using a lot of my cutoffs. Like I had the paper, the 12 by 12s that I was using for the actual signatures, and I've used up almost all of those cutoffs, and I'm so proud of myself. Here's another napkin, and yeah, I was trying to remember if I forgot to tell you I had a napkin somewhere else back in there. So, yeah. I thought I had another napkin and I didn't. Okay, never mind. I'm out there. Okay, so I cut this, and this is going to be a really large tag. It's not quite 5 inches. So I had the one going that way, and I put one going this way, and then I just put some colors to layer it, and I thought that turned out really pretty. And then these are the two first tags, journal cards that we made with the napkin. So, and then I have a whole bag of goodies. And I have a page side tucky thing. I've got this that goes in the center across 2 pages. I need to put that in the center somewhere. I might not be able to use that. All right. And then somebody gave me a card. I've got a book page in here. It's dyed purple. I don't know what I'll do with that. I've got several envelopes. I've got some pieces from a Stamperia pad that I thought had purples and stuff in it that might be pretty in here. Here was another one. I've got some butterflies that I got from Dollar Tree. You know, I'm not exactly sure I'm going to use them for this, but I've got them. I may use a couple. Sorry, Andrea, I had your address out. But anyhow, here was a card that Andrea Burke sent me, and I may use it and I may keep it. It depends on if this journal goes anywhere. And everything she sent me was purple. So, you know, I thought, well, about all of it could be used in here. And then I just have a bunch of trims, another envelope, and some pieces from a magazine. And I'm really wondering if I can use those. I mean, it's got some pretty purples in it. And then this beautiful butterfly on a purple flower. So that might get used. Okay. So I really appreciate you coming to visit today. I hope everybody is got a pep in their step and is ready for spring. I think it might be here. And come back for the next episode where we're going to put everything in our book and get it all decorated up with everything you've seen me have today. So thank you. Everybody have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.